Hey you guys, I am back here with my Scents of Days Gone By, my weekly warm wax review. So, just gonna start getting into it here, and for those of you that are familiar with it, you know if you check out the description box that I have timestamps for all of the different scents. If you're new to my Scents of Days Gone By, please check it out. That way, if you don't want to watch a whole 25-minute video, you can just skip exactly to the, the ones that you want me to talk about. Okay, getting into it here, this is the first one that I want to talk about here from Starlit Candles. This was just a sample. It was a single scallop, a dual layered scallop, very pretty, and Ooey Gooey Caramel Apple. And I never really put a whole lot of stock into a single scallop of anything because I tend to melt fairly large volumes of wax. But I threw this into my 18-watt hot plate and it threw like a mad person, like a mad piece of wax. It was really good. The caramel apple is one of the ones that's like very slightly perfumey type of caramel apple. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of you probably know what I'm talking about. Caramel apple just tends to kind of have that type of scent. But I was just really impressed by the throw from this single scallop. And, caramel apple, I prefer it blended, so I probably wouldn't seek just a single one out again. But it was a really good quality piece of wax. Okay, this next one here from Tiffany Candles. This was another single scallop one in Paradise. This one is a mix of strawberry passion and vanilla. Strawberry passion is strawberry, cotton candy, and vanilla, so it's really just strawberry cotton candy with lots of vanilla. And when I looked at the scent description this morning, I was actually surprised to see strawberry in there. Because on cold and when I was melting it, I don't think I necessarily smell a whole lot of strawberry. It's more just like a very sweet vanilla scent. And maybe I can tell that there's something else in there, but it's not an obvious strawberry. So I threw this single scallop into my 18-watt hot plate, and it threw about, I would say, high. It was a high throw. It wasn't super in your face, but it was present, and it was there. So another good quality piece of wax. Okay, this one from Yankee Candle, and I don't melt a whole lot of Yankee. This is in Treehouse Memories. This is like earthy wood, spices, supposed to remind you of an autumn day, falling leaves kind of fragrance. Now, I melted this last night in the Glade warmer when I was going to bed, and I don't remember smelling it at all going to bed. And then when I woke up in the middle of the night, and I couldn't smell it, and then I woke up in the morning, and I still really couldn't smell it. So, this one, I think I have a couple more of these. I would like to remelt them to kind of see how... Maybe to see if it was a one-off experience, that it was not the greatest, or maybe this one just doesn't throw. That's definitely possible. It smells great. It has definitely a lot of woods and a lot of spice. It almost makes me think of, like a den where maybe some guys are smoking cigars, lots of like dark wood panels. Not that it smells like cigars, but it's very woody and spicy. So it's a really nice fragrance. I would enjoy this year round. Like I said, just the throw that I got from it last night was disappointing. But, when I fall asleep on wax, I kind of always take it with a grain of salt, right? Okay, this next one here from Ava's Country Cupboard was Jelly Glazed Zucchini. And I think this was 2 grubby scallops, something like that. So I threw this one in the I threw this in the 18-watt hot plate. It threw like a champ. It was delicious. I loved it. I really like Ava's Country Cupboard jelly scents. They're non-almondy, so it's just like a really nice jelly scent. Her zucchini bread is slightly spicy. Oh, it smelled so good on warm. It smelled pretty much exactly on warm as it does here on cold. Like I said, the throw was great. I absolutely adore Ava's Country Cupboard. In particular, her zucchini blend, her zucchini bread scents are really, really good. Okay, this one from Front Porch is in Flower Bouquet. And I do want to take a second to talk about this one because more than I normally would. This one is very nostalgic to me. The very first vendor wax order I placed was with Front Porch, and this was one of the ones in that order. So you can see here I got it back in October 2013, and you guys can also see why I'm always saying I'm pretty much still a baby in the vendor wax community. It hasn't been that long, but I remember getting this order in. I ordered a lot of, I think, like melon scents, things like that as well. And then that's when I first got to that like Front Porch bread undertone thing, and I wasn't sure about my order. But I do remember this is the very first piece of Front Porch I melted. I threw in a single grubby into the 24-watt hot plate, way months and months ago, and it threw extremely well. It was everywhere. My husband and I were overwhelmed, and I remember turning it off. I also remember sliding out the piece of wax, like the round piece of hardened wax later, and I actually put it in a polypropylene bag to save it because I had only melted it, for like 40 minutes. I think then sometime later I threw it out because I remember it being so freaking strong. It was way too much. But this one is a really nice floral blend. It's, okay, I'm gonna mispronounce this. Tiara Flowers, Sweet Lavender, and Rose. I don't necessarily pick up anything in particular. When I smell this one, maybe, oh no, that's lavender. Now that I know there's lavender in here, yeah, I can smell that. The lavender's pretty strong. But I did melt 2 grubbies together a couple days ago. The throw actually was definitely decreased, which does tell you about a wax age. Another thing that worries me because my stash is so big. But yeah, the throw the first time around when this was fresh was super strong. It was about a high throw with 2 grubbies, and then I melted a single grubby yesterday in the 24-watt hot plate. It was the same. It's about a high. It was present, it was there, but it wasn't overpowering, and honestly, I prefer it that way, not overpowering, especially with florals. But this one, it makes me sad to throw this away, being my very first piece of vendor wax I ever ordered and melted was this Front Porch Flower Bouquet. Oh, the memories, you guys, the memories. All right, moving on here to Rainbow Mouse. This was a cookie, an iced cookie in strawberry crunch berries. I did chunk this up into 2 pieces, melted it one time in the 24-watt hot plate, one time in an 18-watt hot plate. Threw well both times. It wasn't super overpowering. I would put the throw maybe somewhere like on a good throw, but on the lower side, or maybe like a high to a good throw. You know, definitely present there, but not crazy. It's a really good blend of the Crunchberry Crisp fragrance and strawberries. At least that's what I'm assuming it is. It smelled exactly on hot the way that it does on cold, where you can pick up both of them. It's probably 60% Crunchberry Crisp, 40% strawberry, maybe something like that. But it's a really nice blend. And I've been trying to figure out what the heck is in Crunchberry Crisp that's so distinctive. Because when I smell it, I know it's Crunchberry Crisp. Oh, really good. It's just a really nice, like, fruity fragrance. It's just, if you like strawberry and berries and whatever the heck is in here, just really, really delicious and a really nice piece of wax. Okay, this other one here from Rainbow Melts, this was in Wildberry Mousse Cotton Candy Frosting. This was for Teddy Tarts, I believe, 4 purple Teddy Tarts. This one I melted, I think, once in the 24-watt, once in the 18-watt. And the throw was about, I would say, a high throw. I've mentioned this in some of my previous videos, but I've noticed that when you mix Wildberry Mousse with frosting scents, ice cream scents, kind of sweet scents like that, it tends to just not throw as well as other fragrance oils from those particular vendors. It's not just Rainbow Melts. This has happened to me, I think, with another vendor as well. And it's just a nice fragrance. The Wildberry Mousse in here is just nice and creamy. The cotton candy frosting just makes it just really sweet. But, you know, I think the fragrances, just all of it combined, it's just a more subtle fragrance. But there's nothing necessarily wrong with, like, what did I say this was? Like a medium high to high throw kind of throw. It's not like it's bad. It's just, it's not one of those punch you in the faces kind of ones. But it's a little bit too sweet and light for me, so I probably would not seek that particular one out again. Okay, this one here from A Life Deliberate Soap Company. This was Mango Tangerine Peach. And I just got this in my soap order last night, but I was pretty sure it was poured like at least a month ago, so it was well and cured. This was like a cupcake tart with some sprinkles and like a mandarin slice right on the top. It was amazing. It is such a nice peach mandarin scent. It's a really authentic peach scent. There's no artificial notes, just pure peach. You can smell the mandarin. It's just gorgeous. So I threw it on and I was like, ooh, this is gonna be good, right? Oh, it's got mango in there too. Yep, it's got all sorts of fruits in there, but I swear the peach is the standout. But when I melted it, it threw really well. It was definitely a good throw. It filled up my whole kitchen and living room area with this really authentic, juicy fruit fragrance. My husband even commented how much he was loving it as it was going. It was such a shame this morning to put it in the freezer, pop it out, and toss it out. But I have one more of these, I think, down below. But this is really good, and I don't know if she's going to do, like, continue to do mystery boxes, or if she's going to try to, like, stock per scent. But this is one that I would definitely keep my eye out for, this Mango Tangerine Peach. It is amazing. One of the best melts of the week. Okay. This one from Daphne's Divine, Pink Lemon Loopy Cookie. This was a frosted cookie. I chunked it up into 2 pieces, once in the 24-watt, once in the 18-watt. It had, in the 18-watt, it had like a high throw. In the 24-watt, it was a good throw, which is one of these ones that shows you, you know, the higher the wattage, the better the throw. But it's a really nice scent. It was a lot of pink sugar, but not overly pink sugar dominant. You can definitely pick up the lemon. The one that I couldn't smell a whole lot in there was the Fruit Loops. Yeah, it's just the lemon and the pink sugar to me are kind of like the standouts, but it's a less super tart kind of pink lemon than I've smelled before, so I'm assuming that's the Fruit Loops in there that's kind of like toning it down. But it was a really nice piece of wax. Definitely enjoyed it. I would absolutely buy that one again. Okay, this next one here from Daphne's Divine was a chunk muffin in pink toasty donuts. I loved this one. It was so good. One of the best ones of the week. Good throw. The donut scent was just like spicy and doughy, you know, and the toasty, I don't know if that's marshmallow, but to me, I could definitely pick up the donut scent. I could pick up the pink sugar. It was a good mix of the two. It was just freaking delicious. And I did melt the whole muffin in a 24-watt hot plate. Oh my God, just really, really good. Man, pink sugar and donuts go together really well. And I was just very pleased with the throw. Could not be happier. Okay, this next one from Rosegirls is another one of the standouts from the week. I got this in a D-stash. This is Royal Sugar Cookie Zucchini Noel. You guys know I have this thing about zucchini bread mixed with like sweet scents. It's really good, one of my favorites. I absolutely friggin' adore this one. It threw like a champ. It was probably one of the best throwers of the week, actually. It was very present. It was everywhere, so strong. Oh my gosh, you know, zucchini bread is not a shy fragrance oil, but this one I can definitely smell the sugar cookie scent. You can get that for sure in here. It's one of the best sweet bakery zucchini bread scents I have ever smelled. And at the next opening, I mean, if I had to put together Rosegirls wish list, I'd want this one in at least one pie, maybe more. It's that good. This next one from Case Creations. This was a single flour tart in fresh baked bread, and it does. It smells like fresh baked bread. It smells pretty similar on hot the way it does on cold. I melted this in the 18-watt hot plate. Yeah, it's just a nice bread fragrance, and it's actually kind of nice to get a bread fragrance that's by itself, you know, because we blend it so often with other things. This is just pure bread, pure deliciousness, and it had about a high throw from a single flour tart in an 18-watt hot plate. I was very happy with this piece of wax, and I would actually probably get this again. I do enjoy the bread fragrance, you know, singularly. Okay, this next one from Case Creations is Orange Pop, and I don't have the full scent description, but it's pretty much just one of those effervescent, you know, orange soda type of scents. Yeah, so good. This one, I melted it once in the 24-watt, once in the 18-watt, 2 sniffing sticks at a time. It definitely, I think I got about a high throw from it out of the 24-watt. It was like in my kitchen, it was present, but it wasn't super overpowering, knock you out. Definitely enjoyed it. It still has that really sweet effervescent orange sugar note. When it was hot, I really liked it. I melted it in the 18-watt hot plate, and it threw really well in the 18-watt for some reason. Better than the 24-watt, but the 18-watter is the warmer that's in my entryway. If you guys saw my warmer tour video, you know, the thing about the 18-watt is a lot of the fragrances tend to go up into like the entryway area and into this loft area upstairs. So I've noticed that a lot of them throw really well up, and this one went up quite a bit. When I was walking around my upstairs, I could smell it. It was up there more than it was down on the first floor. But it was really nice. Not one of the strongest ones from Case Creations, I would say, in terms of throw, but it's a really great fragrance. Okay, this next one here is in Blue Rainbow Noel from Case Creations. This is a mix of Alex's Rainbow and Blueberry, and I think also like Vanilla Bean. And Alex's Rainbow it's a special fruity blend that screams like candy and fun. So this is like blueberry, candy, and vanilla. Now, when I read the scent description this morning, I was actually surprised that it had blueberry, because when on cold and when it was hot, I don't remember there being a whole lot of blueberry. Now, maybe it's there, but I think the vanilla bean scent that's in here, it's really strong. So overall, it comes across as a very sweet, creamy scent. Maybe there is blueberry in there. I mean, obviously there is, but when I was melting it, blueberry was not an obvious note that I was picking up. I would say that the throw from this one, and I melted it once again, once in the 24-watt, once in the 18-watt, it was about a high throw. But it was still really delicious. I mean, I'm okay with the high throw in my kitchen and my 18-watt, as long as I can smell it. It's, you know, for my fragrances, as long as I can like walk into the room and smell it and it's there, that makes me happy. So yeah, the high throw from this one, and it was a really nice scent. maybe a little bit too kind of creamy and sweet for me. I would prefer the blueberry to have a little bit more pop in there because I'm such a blueberry fan. Okay, this one from Scentsy, I got in a D-stash and I melted this in that, you know, plug-in warmer thing, one thing at a time, one cube at a time. This one is an icy peppermint candy cane scent with winter pear and crisp apple and caramel vanilla sugar. This one is one of my favorites from Scentsy that I've come across. It's just, it screams winter, and I'm actually okay melting this now because you can definitely smell the peppermint. The pear and the apple I have the harder time picking up, but the caramel and the vanilla sugar is there. It's like this really wintry, kind of sweet, thick fragrance, I would say. Really gorgeous. This one, in terms of throw in that single bulb warmer, was decent. It was better than average, but not great. I really wish I had another one of these so I could just melt it to melt it, because it was just really delicious. That is one of the best ones I've run across from Scentsy. Okay, from Victoria's Designer Creations, I'm going to start with this one here. This was a scent shot cup in Lemon Sugar Noel. Probably one of the favorite lemon scents I have come across. It had a really good throw in a 24 watt. I threw in the whole scent shot. It was amazing. It is a very sugary lemon, and you can get the Vanilla Bean Noel as well. Oh, this is just really friggin' delicious. And if I could get that in additional scent shots or some kind of greater volume, I would. It's a great lemon scent, very sweet, very, like, really good throw. Very happy with it. Okay, these next two I melted from Victoria's Designer Creations. I mixed, and I don't know why. This one is Monster Munch Crunch. This is Ghostbuster. So they were, sorry, my throat. They were both really cute because they were Halloween ones. So like one had like a candy cane on it, the other had a ghost on it. So I mean, they were both, you know, like from obviously last Halloween. I was looking at it, I'm like, I probably should get around to melting that sooner rather than later. This one kind of has like a berry bakery scent to me. I don't have scent descriptions. This one is kind of smoother and kind of minty. My voice, man. I don't know what this one is. Is it apple? It's something in here that I've smelled before. Maybe it's apple. I'm not really sure. But I threw both of these together because they were kind of smaller, and I was like, all right, let me see how this works. I did not enjoy these two fragrances together. I really should not have done that. But the thing about it, though, is that the throw from both of these were really good. I could smell it everywhere. It just, whatever these are together just was not pleasant. But the wax threw really well, and I'm kind of kicking myself that I just didn't melt it separately and enjoy them separately for what they are. But, yeah, good throw. I normally get good throw from Victoria's Designer Creations. Also from Victoria's Designer Creations, this was a pair of, like, the big lips in Hot Kiss. Now, I looked up, I think Hot Kiss is a perfume, so I looked up what the perfume is, and it says it has orange, berries, grapefruit, jasmine, mimosa, and dew fruit. And so now smelling it, knowing that, I think I can pick up the fruit and the jasmine. It's just a really gorgeous, feminine perfume scent. I mean, obviously it's a perfume. I really do enjoy this one. I actually wouldn't mind checking out, trying to figure out who has this perfume. It's really good. This one I melted in the 24 watt hot plate upstairs. It threw really well. It was just an amazing piece of wax. I really enjoyed it. I love these lips. Yeah, and maybe there is a dew fruit in there. I'm getting kind of like not an effervescent, but something kind of like, not like a soda scent. I don't know. It's just really absolutely friggin' delicious. It's a really, really, really good one. Definitely enjoyed it. Okay, this one here from Mariposa Candle Company. This was a clamshell and succulent aloe. This one is agave juice, aloe leaves, desert bombs? Something about the desert, chamomile, lavender bud, silver jade, cyclamen petals, and lemon zest. It is just a really good, fresh spa scent. Ooh, it just smells so good. And another reason I love this scent too is just because of the name Succulent Aloe, because besides wax, another one of my obsessions are succulents. It just smells good, and it doesn't say that it has mint in there, but it kind of has like a fresh, sort of like minty-ish smell. Does that make sense? Even though there's no mint. It was really good. Sorry, that's the house alarm system again. But I really enjoyed this one. The throw from it I would classify as high. It wasn't super in your face, but it was present in there. It filled up my whole bedroom with this gorgeous scent. I really enjoyed it. I would absolutely repurchase that one from Mariposa Candle Company. Okay, from Sassy Girl Aroma, and this is the first thing I've melted from Sassy Girl Aroma. No, wait, that's a lie. I've melted pieces of the loaves that I got from Sassy Girl Aroma, but this is the first finished piece of wax I have from her. This one was bombed at the Carnival. I looked at her website this morning. I couldn't find a scent description, but it has a really strong caramel apple scent for sure. Yeah, and I think I can smell marshmallow, so I don't know if bombed is like a marshmallow bomb type of scent, but it's like a sweeter caramel apple. I think it's probably just similar to a lot of those Carnival scents, you know, that have like funnel cake and caramel apple and popcorn sometimes and, you know, stuff like that. But anyways, I really did enjoy this one. The throw was about a high, melting it one time in the 18 watt, one time in the 24 watt. Not overpowering, but it was definitely present. I did enjoy it. I don't know if I would necessarily seek it out again, but it was still a quality piece of wax, and I'm excited to melt through more of my lows from Sassy Girl Aroma because she's a vendor that I'm still like trying to, you know, learn about. Okay, from the Bathing Garden, melted through this clamshell in Marshmallow Frosted Mango Tangerine. Now, when I'm smelling this here, I remember the marshmallow on cold was super sweet, and I could pick up the mango and the tangerine, and it was a really nice scent. Now, when I melted it, for some reason, all I could smell in my head was Fruity Loops cheesecake. And I don't know why, other than I had melted a Fruity Loops or a fruit cheesecake scent the week before, and I don't know why, but just on warm, somehow it just didn't smell the same on cold. It kind of lost the mango and the tangerine, like individual sort of fruit scents, and melted into like one fruit scent, which started to smell like Fruity Loops. And even though this one doesn't have cheesecake, it somehow started to take on a cheesecake scent. Does that make any sense at all? I don't know. I'm not really sure what was going on. But yeah, definitely different from on hot than cold, I think. But I still enjoyed it. I love Fruity Loops cheesecake, and I love this scent on cold. So even if it did actually evolve and it wasn't just my head playing games with me, I enjoyed it, you know, both ways. And the throw was, what was the throw? Did I already talk about the throw? Oh dear. I can't remember. It was probably around a high throw, because normally if it's super overpowering or super strong, it tends to stand out. So I think that one was about a high throw, both times that I melted it. Okay, from, Candles by Victoria. This one here is in Monster Mash. This is blueberries, apple, butter, cream, cinnamon, and crust. Now, when I looked at the scent description this morning, I was surprised to see so many fruits in there because this actually, to me, has a pretty strong bakery note, which is coming from the pie crust. But the pie crust in here ain't shy. It's very strong. And I can smell, I think, apple now that I know that it's in there. But it's just a really nice, more bakery, slightly fruity scent. Definitely enjoyable. I put the whole scent shot in the 24 watt hot plate. This is one of the ones that, for me, did not melt very easily. It had like a lot of hardened wax on the edge of my hot plate, to the point that the melted wax pool was like only that big. So what I actually did is I took a toothpick and I started fishing out the hardened pieces of wax, and to just try to make, you know, like the melted wax pool the size of the, you know, the warmer bowl, which did work. And then after that, it threw really well. So I definitely did enjoy this one. But this is one that the next time I'm going to have to cut it in half because it did not melt very well in the 24 watt hot plate. So this one, Sexy and Stilettos, upstairs in the exact same 24 watt hot plate, the same model, it's from Yankee Candle, melted, sorry, this one melted perfectly. The wax pool was all the way across the warmer bowl. There was no hardened wax anywhere. It melted really well. So this one is Sexy and Stilettos. It's sweetness and oriental musk together. I swear when I smell it, I can smell pink sugar. Maybe it's just in my head, but it's a really nice, feminine, slightly perfumey pink sugar scent to me. Really good. And the throw from this one was really good as well in the 24 watt hot plate, so I definitely enjoyed that one. I just wish I could figure out how come sometimes they don't melt very well in the 24 watt hot plate, and sometimes they do. I can't get like, what's it called? Not like continuity, constants. You know what I'm trying to say. It's not constant. And, you know, to me, it's not worth it to try to chunk it up in half in case it doesn't melt correctly, because sometimes it does. So do any of you guys out there experience the same thing with Candles by Victoria, where sometimes it melts well and sometimes it doesn't? Because it's a lot of work for me to try to figure out what, or try to project how it's going to be. You know, whatever. Okay, so this next one here is from Vintage Chic Scents. It's a clamshell in Afternoon Petit Fours. This one is a mix of blackberry jam, butter cookie, and lemon. So you guys may or may not know, blackberry jam and me kind of have a strange relationship because it almost always has a strange undertone. Something funky is going on with blackberry jam. This one, it does have the undertone, but it's not too bad. It's there, but it's not overpowering like it is in some of the other ones I've had. So I did enjoy this one. It is really nice with the lemon. When it was hot, that undertone was not too obvious. So that made me happy. It pretty much smells similar on hot than it does on cold, just with, you know, the undertone was less. I melted it last night in the 24 watt. It threw really well in the 24 watt. I'm melting it right now in the 18 watt, and it's throwing really well in the 18 watt. I can smell it as I walk towards it, and I can smell it upstairs. It's filling up that whole area. So I would classify this one as a good throw. And this one I did buy from her first opening because it was poured on like November 16, 2013. So that one probably just is one of the good throwers of the scents. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a little loopy here because this video is going on forever. This one from Vintage Chic Scents as well is a clamshell in Gatsby. This one is peaches, champagne, and vanilla. I have this one melting right now in the 24 watt hot plate. Ooh, smell the air. It's really nice. Ooh, so good. You actually can smell champagne. It's not super alcohol-y, but you can tell it's champagne. I don't know if that makes any sense. I can also smell the peaches in the air as well. And then on cold, it's a really nice peach fragrance. It's just really gorgeous. It kind of makes you, I guess that's why it's called Gatsby, right? It makes you think of a party with the champagne flowing, everybody having a good time, a sweet scent in the air. So this one is really good. The throw from this one I would classify as high. You know, I kind of walked around my house. I came back in the kitchen. It's definitely present in the kitchen. I can definitely smell it. Not super overpowering though. But I definitely enjoyed that one, and I would absolutely repurchase it again. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm getting tired of talking. Oh, my goodness here. Okay, two-timing tart here at the end. Innocence. This is brown sugar nutmeg with an anise chaser. Don't know what anise smells like, but it's just like a nice, sexy scent. And to me, it has like a woodsy scent overall. It kind of has that same scent as like the Yankee Candle one, where it makes you think of like guys in a den with like a lot of wood paneling, just very kind of sexy and earthy. Maybe I'm going crazy, but that's what it smells like to me. Oh, it's the nutmeg. The nutmeg is what's spicy in here. This one had about, I would say, a medium throw when I melted it, once in the Glade, once in the 24 watt. This is in the old wax formula. It is a really nice scent. I would absolutely repurchase it again. It does remind me, though, slightly a little bit more of fall, I would say. This next one here in Hello Sweetie. I have melted this one before in a clamshell. This one was in these like Doctor Who shapes. They were really cute. Hello Sweetie is fruits, violet, and sandalwood. Now this one, let's see. Yeah, overall, it's like a slightly cologne-y type of scent, probably because of the sandalwood. I don't get an overwhelming floral note from here. It's just a really sexy scent, I guess is the best way to describe it. Now this one, if you look at the date, I don't know if this is in the old wax formula or the new wax formula. I think it may be in the old one, because the first time I melted this, it had a really good throw. Well, not really good, but had a good throw. Very pleased with it. This one actually, I couldn't really smell that much. It had like a low to a medium throw, I would say. Unless I was closer to the warmer, I really couldn't pick it up. So I don't know if this one was in the old wax formula, which is why, and the Hello Sweetie I had previously melted was in the new wax formula that did have a good throw. So it goes to show you that the wax formula, you know, definitely made a difference. I'm not 100% sure though, but the first time it did throw well. This time like low to medium, but it's still like a really gorgeous scent. Okay, this one here in Cashmere Amber. I do not have scent descriptions because I think this one was a flash sale item, but I really love cashmere scents. They're just very sexy to me. Just, how do I describe it? Like slightly floral, but in a masculine way. would be the way I would describe it, and earthy. So these were like 4 donuts that I melted in a 24-watt hot plate, and this one also had about a low to a medium throw. I really wish this one threw a little bit better because it's such like a beautiful, gorgeous scent. I really would have loved to have been a little bit more enveloped in it. But yeah, it was about a low to medium throw, I would say, out of this one. A little bit of a bummer, but you know, that's okay. I would still repurchase that scent and maybe mess with like the wattage of the warmers. Maybe the 20-watt, the Glade would work better with that one. This one here is a chunk in rice flour, sea salt, white nectarine. I chunked this into 2 separate melts that I melted one time in the 24-watt, one time in the Glade. Amazing. One of the best ones of the week. I love this scent. It's one of my top probably 10 bedroom scents that I would like to melt. It's floral, it's fruity, it's like kind of has a salty, oh, it does have sea salt. Yeah, it has like florals and fruits and sea salt, and they're all blended together. You can smell all 3 of them, and one doesn't overpower the other really more. It's just really friggin' gorgeous. Holy crap, this one is really good. And this one threw really well. It was in my bedroom, it was present, it was going everywhere. I really, really love this one. One of the best of the week from Two Timing Tarte. I don't know if she's going to make this particular scent blend again, because this was like, I think, a one-off scent blend she made for the flash sales. No, this was in the mystery box. But man, this was friggin' gorgeous. Just absolutely loved it. All right, you guys, that is it. This is probably my longest Scents of Days Gone By. I don't know why it's so friggin' long. I don't think I have any more here than I normally do, but maybe I do. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and as always, I will catch you on the next video. Bye.